I heard Eduardo with like a G.
Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. How are we? Welcome, moderators. Thank you for joining today. Thank you, everybody that is in chat. Welcome to a Sunday Live. It is July 16th. And today we're going to be talking about Carlee Russell. This is a really strange case, and I'm absolutely fascinated by the poll results. You guys are like, it's a three-way tie between mental episode, lured off into the woods, and a hoax. Crazy stuff. Let me get my headphones on. Let me join you. Wow. I don't know what to make of this, to be honest. There's a lot of avenues you can actually go down. But we're gonna go down all of them, and we're gonna start out with a timeline that Potato has gracefully put together for us.
What the are you doing here?
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Prepper. What's happening, Mr. Paper Chaser? It's good to see all of you guys. Carrie, it's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Baby D is in the house. Love seeing all of your familiar faces up in here. Should I say faces or names? I see you're people to me. Hello, Olive Juice. Where is Baby D's?
Baby D.
There it is. Welcome back, Baby D. We've missed your ass. We have missed your ass. Okay, let's get into it. Let's not waste a moment of precious time. But first, we're going to thank Jenny W. Jenny W. purchased a mug from the merch shop. Thank you so much, Jenny. And let us know, send us a picture when you get it of whatever your choice of beverage is in your mug. Make sure that you send us a pic. Thank you so much. Okay, so we were going to go over the serial killer documents, but I felt that this was more pressing to go over because we just don't know. And I analyzed this video and I tried to enhance it for you guys. So hopefully you could see her. She actually goes into the woods. You can kind of see it. But let's just start out at the beginning. And we are looking at on the screen is Carlethia. She goes by Carlee Nichole Russell. She's 25 years old. She has a bachelor's degree in psychology. And she was also going to nursing school. Or should I say, is going to nursing school. She was last seen last Thursday, and she was wearing a black shirt, black pants, and white Nike shoes, which is what makes it difficult to see her in that camera video because her flashers are on and her flashers are so bright. You have to kind of change the, whatever, like the contrast and stuff to kind of see. And the serial killer, yeah, I agree with you, Jason. He's not going anywhere, so we can cover that at any time. She works part-time at a place called the Woodhouse Day Spa, and she attends the Jefferson State Community College, and that's where she's going to be a registered nurse. Before she disappeared last Thursday night in Hoover, Alabama, Carlee Russell was in Harpersville, where she left police officers there with the impression of a, quote, smart and courteous woman, despite a brief interaction. And this is from the Harpersville Police Department directly. And we've got a picture.
So is that a joint?
We're going to read it. It
Or is it a
says,
cigar?
and this is really bananas. Teresa, welcome. This shit is bananas, you guys. Throw some bananas up in chat. And if you're a member, we've got a couple new emojis for you guys. We've got Amaka. If you're freaked out, all you got to do is put Amaka, and I'll get it. We're on the same wavelength. Amaka is our freak out word and emoji. If shit just gets too weird, just Amaka that shit. Jason, you'll always be a reverter. Oh, shoot. Okay, so let's read through this, which is weird because they backtrack, but here's the original one. We were honored to spend time with this smart, courteous, and honoring young woman yesterday. Hold on. Let me make it bigger. Or let me straighten that out. There we go. Okay. We were honored to spend time with this smart, courteous, and honoring young woman yesterday. She was handling some business in the town of Harpersville yesterday, and we were so impressed by her respect, poise, good attitude, and her drive to become a nursing student and help others. We were able to tell her how much we thought of her and that she would do well in life. When this news broke, so did our hearts. This world needs many, many more young women and young men like her. Our hearts are anxiously awaiting hopeful news while our prayers are with her family, friends, and community. Please join us in prayer for her safe return. And then they share the article. And then, like, I don't know, 18 hours later or something like that, this is what they post. They say, to all of our Facebook page followers, genuinely concerned citizens, and those other individuals who have made comments regarding our post about Miss Carlee Russell, there's not much more to share other than what was initially posted. But for clarification, Miss Russell was not at the Harpersville Police Department. So was she at an event? Maybe for her job, or I don't know. Contrary to the stigma, we consistently encounter citizens while engaging the community, and those occasions are primarily positive. We had the pleasure of interacting with a bright young woman, which prompted the sharing of the encounter. Our interests are only for the safe return of Miss Russell to her family. The media is doing a fantastic job keeping this situation regarding Miss Russell's disappearance up front. And the story is not her interaction with our agency or her visit to the town of Harpersville. Let's not allow individuals to shift the focus of the goal, change the narrative of the story or conversation, which is gaining positive and actionable information regarding the cause of locating Miss Russell. The cause of locating Miss Russell? What? That's weird. I don't get it. So they're saying she wasn't at the actual department. So she interacted with the cops and then she went missing, and then they made this post, and then they felt the need to clarify it. When do cops ever feel the need to clarify things to us? Was she by herself in her car? Do we know that? Do we know for certain that she was alone? Yet the post makes really no sense. It's more confusing than it is clarifying. Like, if they wanted to just get out there that they're just interested in, her whereabouts, why throw in there that she was doing business? Isn't that a little, seems like a lot of information to give out, that she was there conducting business. Or was she there because was someone following her? I don't know. Do you think? Like at first, when I first heard that, I was like, God, did she go there to fill out like a PPO on somebody? Did she want a protection order from somebody? And they were like letting that person know, like, hey, we know who you are. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do a press conference. We haven't heard anything from authorities, which is really weird. It's like this Rudy thing. It's like this Rudy thing that is just so bizarre, and then the cops aren't saying anything. But then we have this Long Island serial killer where the cops didn't say anything for how many years? And then boom, they just arrest him. So it's like we can't know. Like, I think we're going to be in the dark and confused about things with law enforcement more than ever, the more that they utilize social media. Because that was what I first thought of. Oh my God, they're using social media to like get a message to somebody. Not sure. I don't know. I mean, there's so many, it's so wide open. We could cast the net and probably, catch 50 theories right off the top of our head. I agree with you, right, Meow. They don't have to give details, but it could at least say we have no reason to believe there was an abduction or danger to the public. Or that there was no kid roaming around in a diaper. You know what I mean? That's a terrifying thought. Did somebody drop a kid off? I mean, we haven't even gotten confirmation of that, which is weird. So at 8:20 p.m. on Thursday, she got off work at the Woodhouse Day Spa in Summit, Birmingham. So little town, probably like 20 minutes away. But before she left the spa area of Summit, she picked up food from Tzatziki's, which is like 5 minutes away from her work. Then she headed home to her parents' house. And this is a map from her work to the cafe. So literally, she has a 5-minute drive there. 5-minute drive to pick up that food. And this here shows, hold on. Look at potato. Potato rocks. All right. Where is the...
You're awesome.
Wait, hold up. Okay, we're going to watch her parents. Okay, we're going to do this one first. All right, so her mother is Talika Russell, and she said the last time she spoke with her daughter was when she was leaving Tzatziki's, that cafe we just showed, after picking up food for herself and her mother, and she was headed home. Let's listen to the mom and the dad.
She's a godsend. Bubbly personality, loving heart, giving, just joyful in nature.
She's a fighter too. She's joyful and she's laid back, but if it's a chance for her to put up a fight to try to save her life, she's going to do everything she can to put up a fight. And I was telling my husband and I were talking today, she was just so happy, or yesterday, she was just so happy all the way up until I talked to her at 9:19. She was just so happy, and anybody that knows our daughter knows she loves food. And the fact that she was willing to give me her meal because they left her meal off meant a lot to me. And when she got home, I was gonna give her a big hug and tell her thank you because I know you love your food.
So she says, you know, my daughter loves her food, but she was willing to give me her meal because I guess they didn't pack the mother's meal in the bag. But what's really strange is that if you realized that the food was missing and you paid for it, why wouldn't you just go back inside and say, hey, give me my other meal? I don't know. It's just, why wouldn't you go back in and get it? I mean, I would if I walked out and I was like, what the fuck? I only have one container, not two. I'm going to go in and say, hey, you forgot my other meal. So she got off at 8:20, but called her mother at what time? 9:18. 9:18, she called her mom, but she got off at 8:20. So from this point, she was heading home. Mom was apparently waiting for her to get home. So again, here's the map from where she worked over to the restaurant where she picked up the food. But she got off at 8:20, but didn't call her mom until 9:18. So what was she doing for that hour? There's like an hour missing. Casey. Well, we're going to listen to the scanner audio and they're going to say what's in the car. But, you know, that's what I was wondering. Like, if she only was 5 minutes away from the restaurant, what took her from 8:20 to 9:18 to get the food? It's not adding up. We've got 55 minutes. What was she doing for those 55 minutes? Did she maybe eat the food and was she having some kind of an episode like some of us think? Her boyfriend posted that there was a kidnapping. All right, let's continue on our journey here through this case. So at 9:18, she talked to her mom. It must have been really fast because at 9:19, she made her last post on the Twitters. She made her last post on the Twitters at 9:18. I didn't see this. What? You've got to be kidding. Wait. Glenn Clayton Robinson. What does that mean? 1908. She joined 1111. Why do we always have these reoccurring numbers? So she went that says the 14th. She went missing the 13th, you guys. Hold on. 31-year-old me letting my mom know when I get to the airport, when I get on the plane, when I land, and when I get to the hotel safely. And then she says, people are such creeps. Like this man stared at me while sitting in his car for like 10 minutes. One thing I hate is repeating myself. But why are there posts on the 14th? Tell me, write me out. I don't think no, Potato found this stuff. She wouldn't take anything fake. Oh, it's UK time, you guys. See? That's how rumors done get started. There ain't no fake shit going on up here. No, that was on UK time, so she's in the future. She's in the future.
You're awesome.
Oh, thank you for subscribing, Stephanie. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to the crew. Okay, so we are in the future with Potatoes Post, but that's okay. So now we know. She says, yeah, I want a family now with the crying face. Then she says, someone to tell you, I love you and don't got a reason, with tears in her eyes. And today was a great day. God be looking out. I'm telling you. Did she feel like maybe she met someone and that someone was the guy staring at her maybe? What do you guys think of that? Wait, what? Is this... What are you guys talking about? Roberters? Let's go back. Let me go back where I was. What are you guys talking about? Carlee Nichole. That's her middle name. Her name is, I said it in the very beginning. Carlethia. She goes by Carlee instead of Carlethia. And her middle name is Nichole. And her last name is Russell. So what do you mean? What are you talking about? You guys are freaking out in the chat. I see it flying. I can't even keep up. It says right here, last tweet, Central Time, 9:19 p.m. on July 13th. Can you guys see that? Here, right here. See that? I don't have her account pulled up. But we will look. We will look. We will look after. I want to get through what we have. I want to get through this timeline. Yeah, she did. She said that there was a creepy guy staring at her. Let's look at that one again. People are such creeps. Like this man stared at me while sitting in his car for like 10 minutes. And then she says, one thing I hate is repeating myself with the rolling eyes. I don't think that means she's 31, guys. I think it's just like a meme. Because that's not even her. That's a white girl with blonde hair. She's just saying, like, she's always keeping in touch with her mom. It's a meme about, like, being a grown woman and still telling your mom every move you make. That's what that meme means. No, she did. No. I think that's all that meme means. I don't think it means I'm 31. I think it's just like, hey, when I'm 31, this is going to be me because I keep up with my mom all the time. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. That's what I think she meant by it. So, here is a map showing the stretch of the freeway where she went missing. And people know when others are staring at them. Sometimes you can feel it. But she might have been going through something. I mean, you got to remember, you guys, COVID changed our world. COVID changed how we think, what we do, how we do it, how we communicate with our friends and our families. It changed the world. And to think it didn't affect these 20-somethings, I think is incredibly naive. Because she would have been, what, 22? And studying psychology of all things during COVID. I mean, you just don't know. You don't know what someone has gone through. You don't know her story. And I think we need to chill, because I think if there was a kidnapper, we'd have a sketch. And they'd probably be sharing it and saying, hey, we were able to meet with her. You know, she's traumatized, but this is the sketch, or, this is the person we're looking for, or this gray car is, suspect. But a lot of people's mental health suffered during COVID. And I can't imagine. I have 3 children in their 20s. And I'm telling you, it rocked the younger two's world. They want their world to be like it was prior to COVID. They're meeting people on Bumble and Tinder to make friends because no one socializes anymore. So I think that mental health aspect really needs to be taken into consideration before we accuse these people of pulling a hoax. Right? Is there any evidence of a hoax at this point? I would say no. I would say there's no evidence of a hoax. Is there evidence of an abduction? I would say no, in my opinion, because I watched the video, and we're going to watch it in just a few minutes. And holy shit, we have 758 of you here. If you could please click the like button and make yourselves known. Let us know what you think. Because I just don't think that it would be hush hush like this. I feel like it's like mental health, when it comes out as mental health, like, people always, they retract. They retract from the media. They retract from, the cops aren't going to go put her on blast for having a mental health episode. That's such a private, personal thing. And she's got a lot to deal with if it was a mental health episode. She's going to have to do a lot of therapy and soul searching and figure things out. And that's a huge deal. And I want to be one of those people that, if that is the deal, like, I want to cheer her on, because she's definitely not alone in the mental health category. It's tough. It's a tough life for 20-somethings out there, and for everybody, but especially for that age group. They were used to such a great life, just like we had. And then that was ripped. The rug was ripped out from under everyone. And we were put on lockdowns. Not everybody lived in states where the lockdowns weren't bad like here, But up north, where my kids are right now, you couldn't even do landscaping work. So take everybody's mental health into consideration, because the things that have been said and done and that we've had to go through are very heavy. And I think we need to just be mindful. So, in a mental health episode, you can do and say a lot of things, and you could hallucinate, you could be paranoid, you could be really scared, but we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going through this timeline. Let's continue. So we stopped at the Twitter. Now at 9:19 was the Twitter. If you don't believe the Twitter, 9:18 was the call to mom. 9:34, fast forward roughly 15 minutes. Amen, Jenny W. Yep. Add that to the whole problem. And not only that, one more thought on the COVID F you up the ass America was all of this generous money of the governments that Donald Trump gave everybody. At the time, everybody was like, sweet, kick ass. We had people getting on unemployment that never had jobs before. Everybody qualified. And it was supposed to boost our economy. Well, guess what? It got 20-somethings who usually make peanuts, minimum wage. It got them $500-600 a week for a while. And then it was ripped away. Nope, no more. Done. Meanwhile, they'd moved into these apartments and signed leases and all this stuff, and then rent goes up. It's all just a fucking mess. All right, continuing on. 9:34. Carlee dials 911 to report seeing a toddler walking along the side of I-459 South near mile marker 11 between the Galleria flyover and exit 10. And Potato has gotten some awesome pics of the exit, and then we're gonna get into that video. So there's that. And then here it is during the day, the Waffle House.
So is that a joint?
This shit is bananas.
Or is it a cigar?
Bananas. And then there is mile marker 11 right here. And this would have been right where her car was, right in front of, right on the side of this road. And then this was interesting to me. So if you were to go on the other side of, you know, where she would have gotten out and walked into the woods, this is where you would end up. And like the highway is behind all these trees. So did she just get out, start walking? Did she wander into the woods and get turned around? You know, I don't know. Do you guys remember the case of Talika Patrick, the doctor up in Michigan that went missing? Do you guys remember that one? This is what it reminded me of, but Talika was found drowned in a pond. She was a resident doctor up in Kalamazoo, Michigan. She was attending Western Michigan University. And she went missing. Same thing, car found on the side of the road, all of her belongings. And it was wintertime, and they found her when it thawed. She was in the pond. And I went to the spot, and I walked it, and I walked around this pond, and I just can't imagine. Unless she was just running, because she had a mental episode. She was running, and she didn't know, and it was partially frozen. I don't know. But that is that. Now we're going to get into the video. And we're going to watch it slow, and we're going to be rewinding and looking at it just to decipher it as much as we can. Okay, here we go. I got to go back. All right, you know what I think we're going to do is blow this up. And I'll probably be moving it around a little bit as we start it. And this has the scanner audio to go along with it. So we're going to be hearing the scanner as kind of this was happening. The cops got there like in a split second, guys. Like, she went out in those woods and she was gone. And I heard they did grid searches. I don't know how they did not locate her. They got a drone right away. This is nuts. Unless she was hiding really, really good.
71, it's going to be 459 south, mile marker 10. It's going to be a child walking on the 3 or 4 year old child walking on the side of the interstate next to her. RP's going to be close by in a red Mercedes sedan with the hazards on. Child's going to be a white male wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. 442. RP's advising there's no cars in the area. Looks like the child's been abandoned on the side of the road.
42. I'm around the interstate as well. Can you give me a description on the child, and were they southbound, walking southbound?
10-4. Southbound, walking southbound. It was a toddler, 3 or 4 year old.
See her get out?
Wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper.
We'll rewind it too.
RP arrived in a red Mercedes, along with the RP's description is going to be.
Copy. Thank you. 42, just be advised, her vehicle is unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
13, if we can we start getting into Atkins trim area? Just
there she is.
See if this child might have wandered from her house over there.
Could y'all see her?
34, I'll be around.
Let me know in chat. Put a 1 if you can see her.
10-4. 32, can you head that way?
We're good up here. You may want to send him to Nunley Pass and see if they can make contact with somebody there. See if we can find her.
Yes, I believe we located her. Acton Trim Lane. Got a call about a female screaming with a child.
She's still right there by the car.
32. Do you have an address? It's going to be Acton Trim Lane and Acton Trim Boulevard. That's where I've been, right?
41 on the route.
10-441. Be advised, the female screaming, line disconnected.
Nothing.
Will you
So
check
is
the
that a
social?
joint?
Go ahead.
Or is it a cigar?
419-474491.
Okay, hold on.
21.
We're going to pause this for a second. Okay, you guys all pretty much said you could see her in the video. So let me make this alert box over here so it doesn't interrupt. Okay. She hangs around the car for a while. And we're going to go back and we'll zoom in even more. But let me see if I can't make this a little more sharp. Putting my skills to work. Just in case you forgot, there's Brian Koberger's hands. All right, let's see if we can sharpen this up just a tad, and then we'll see if it looks a little clearer. But I can see her. She hangs around by that car for quite some time. And then you can see she just disappears, like out in the woods. It's like she was seeing something that wasn't there. I don't know. I know a lot of you guys are saying abduction. All right, here's some sharpness. Let's see if it makes it better or worse. Let's go back. Okay, so this is the point where she gets out. And what's odd to me, too. Okay, so first I want to say two things. Thanks, Straight Rebel. I want to say two things about abduction theory. A, anybody could have pulled over. So if we're thinking like trafficking or something like that, they wouldn't know who's going to pull over. I mean, 80-year-old Marge could have pulled over. But you can see no cars are around her. There's not one parked in front of her. There's not one parked behind her. And the cars are going slow because her damn door's open. Her door's wide open. Imagine going like 80 miles an hour on the freeway and you come up to a car with its hazards on and its freaking driver's door is wide open. You're going to go slow and you're going to go around her and you're going to notice it. There's no other cars. You don't see any other cars. Let's play it again.
The interstate as well. Can you give me a description on the child and were they southbound, walking southbound?
I can slow down a little bit. It's probably going to sound weird.
10-4. Southbound, walking southbound. It was a...
Oh, that's too much. I can't do that. I'm going to have to turn the sound down. Okay. It's probably better without sound. Okay, so there she is. I've paused it there. Freeze frame. Check it out. That's her car, the red Mercedes, and she's standing there on the passenger side of her car. And the guy, the truck driver said he saw a male with a light complexion, but she had braids under her wig, so it could have looked like a male, you know, in the dark. And when they're driving by and they're like, whoa, this door is open, and like, oh my God. But why would someone be waiting right there if they wanted her? Like, how would they know that she would even pay attention or see it? That's what doesn't make sense. That's what doesn't make sense. Anybody could have pulled over.
La, la, la,
Okay.
la, la. You don't hold account.
So there she is. And then I pause it again. She's like facing her car. So I don't know if someone's in her car and she's like talking to them. I don't know. But keep watching. Tell me if you see two people. We're all focusing. At least I am. I still see her. All right, I'm going to play back on regular speed.
And can we start using the Atkins trim area?
There she is.
See if this child might have wandered from her house.
You can see her really well right there. Right. There. See that? Damn, Jay, you're good. Look at that. Can I get some credit for that one? That one is probably the best view. And she's like just standing there. Like there's no child. There's no other people that I can see. She reported that the child had a white t-shirt and a diaper on. Maybe she thought she saw a child in a white t-shirt and a diaper because she told them it was a white child. The specifics of her description of the child was crazy too. All right, Mary, you want to hear that clickety click? That damn old internet there. Click, 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 click. There we go. I feel like she's facing the street. Okay, I'm going to get my annotation tool. Holy. Annotate and draw. Let's annotate and draw. Annotate and draw. Where am I? Well, hello there. I don't know what I did, but I have two screens up, but whatever. Okay. I'm in like editor mode and I don't want to be. There we go. All right, so here is what I'm seeing, and I'll show you. Okay. So right here is what I see as her. Okay, so legs, her back, her head, and I see her facing the road. You see that silhouette like I do? Ah, thanks, Mary. All right. We'll erase this. Okay. Let's keep watching and see what else we see.
Wandered from her house over there.
34, I'll be around.
There's another image of her. You can see her right there pretty good. Can you see that? Right here. She actually looks like she's walking like towards the back of the car. Right here.
I'll be around.
10-4-34. 10-4-32, can you have that way?
We're good up here. You may want to send him to Nichole Pass and see if they can make contact with somebody there.
Okay, so that Nichole Pass or whatever is where the sister-in-law, which I think it's actually the brother's girlfriend, where she was at to take the report that, oh my gosh, I was on the phone with her. She screamed. So what happened was Carlee called 911 to say there's a kid on the side of the road, gave a description of a white child, 3 to 4 years old, in a diaper and a t-shirt that she thought could have been abandoned. Then, when the phone was still connected, so the sister-in-law is talking to her, she screams, and then the phone drops. And then all her sister-in-law can hear is the traffic of the expressway going by. No voices. They never heard any voices other than her voice and the traffic. Maybe she said she didn't want to stay on the line, that she would just sit there and wait. And then she called her sister-in-law and she didn't want to wait because she said this kid was going to run in the road. So she could have been having an episode and she's the helper. What did Gray Pubes do now?
You're awesome.
Oh, pro bono. I'm not pro-Trump or pro-Biden. Don't get me wrong. I'm not political. I was just saying Trump started that. That was all I meant. No, I've never seen the CCTV from the restaurant. I don't think that's been released. Let's keep watching, though.
See if we can find her.
Units, I believe we located her active trim lane. Got a call about a female screaming with a child.
Did you hear that? What? I was like, what?
What?
Listen to that part again. We located her. So if you look at this time frame, this is 2 minutes in. Basically, about 2 minutes in, she's here wandering off. And then a short time later, they're saying, we've located her. We've located her. We're going to start this over. Let's watch again. And I want to see about that
71.
Sharpness, if it makes sense.
It's going to be a child walking on the 3 or 4 year old child walking on the side of the interstate next to her. RP's going to be close by.
So I think she's driving slow because she thinks she sees a child. So she's going slow. Like, where did that little kid go? What is that is reflective right there? Please tell me that's a fucking sign. I didn't see that before. What is that? Guys, what the fuck is that? Now, I remember from Gabby Petito, trees looked like Brian Laundrie digging a freaking grave and all this stuff. I don't want to get crazy with it, but what is that? Oh, Gray can suck one? Like, what the hell is that? Let me take the fine sharpening off and see if it makes it look normal, because I don't know what the hell that is. All right. Sharpness is gone. That's just the regular video. I'm scared to turn the video because I'm scared I won't find this part again. Let me see if there's a picture. Let's go back to our pictures. I'm sure in one of Potato's pictures there's something there.
So is that a joint?
So it's right in front
Or
of
is it a cigar?
the frickin' Waffle House. Okay. Yikes. I don't see anything there. Let me download this. I'm going to put it like up on the screen next to the video. Hold on. This is making me nervous. This kind of stuff this is the shit that nightmares are made of, you know it? It really is nightmarish. And it could be like a pixel or something, I guess. But I don't see any signs, but that kind of cuts off right where we would need to see almost. Because there's the sign. And I think this is almost cut off. I would need a wider shot. Maybe. Hello, thank you for subscribing, TLC. Okay, we're going to go back and then we'll go slow. Just for you. Kim French. Bonnie says it's a mile marker sign. All right, well, we're about to find out. We's about to find out because we're going to go back. It is a mile. Oh, look at that. Debunked. Debunked.
On the side of the interstate next to RP's going to be close by in a red Mercedes sedan with a hazards on. Child's going to be a white male wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. 442. RP's advising there's no cars in the area. Looks like the child's been abandoned on the side of the road.
42 copy. I'm around to the interstate as well. Can you give me a description on the child and were they southbound, walking southbound?
10-4. Southbound, walking southbound. It was
She just got out.
Toddler, 3 or 4-year-old.
Now she's on the passenger side.
Wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. RP arrived in a red Mercedes, and on what the RP's description is going to be.
You're awesome.
It looks like she has the driver's door or the passenger's door open.
42, just be advised her vehicle is unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
Thank you, CR.
13, if we can we start in the Atkins trim area and just see if this child might have wandered from a house over there?
FYI, Gray Hughes is the only creator that is blocked on my channel. Just so you know. He has been the most rude person. I have tried and tried and tried to be nice to that man, and he just won't let it. So I really don't want to use I'm not a billboard for someone who talks bad about me. So all I can say is so she gets out, she goes to the passenger side. I'm just going to play it through, guys. I'm sick of talking. I'm probably pissing everybody off anyways. Okay, so we're going to watch
So
it.
is that a joint?
Front to back.
Or is it a cigar?
71. It's going to be 459 south, mile marker 10. It's going to be a child walking on the 3 or 4-year-old child walking on the side of the interstate next to her. RP's going to be close by in a red Mercedes sedan with a hazards on. Child's going to be a white male wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. 442. RP's advising there's no cars in the area. Looks like the child's been abandoned on the side of the road.
42 copy. I'm around to the interstate as well. Can you give me a description on the child and were they southbound, walking southbound?
10-4. Southbound, walking southbound. It was a toddler, 3 or 4-year-old wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. RP arrived in a red Mercedes, and knowing what the RP's description is going to be.
Copy. Thank you. 42, just be advised, her vehicle is unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
13, if we can we start getting to the Atkins Trim area and just see if this child might have wandered from a house over there?
34, I'll be around.
10-4, 34. 10-4, 32, can you head that way?
We're good up here. You may want to send him to Nunley Pass and see if they can make contact with somebody there. See if we can find her.
Units, I believe we located her at the trim lane. Got a call about a female screaming with a child. 32, do you have an address? It's going to be Atkins Trim Lane and Atkins Trim Boulevard. That's where I've been, right?
Look how slow everyone's going. You know, they're like...
10-441, be advised, the female screaming, line disconnected.
19.
Will you check the social?
Go ahead.
419-474491.
19, 21, 50.
If 510 area code, do you need me somewhere?
This guy's 719.
There's no other cars. There's no people.
Social returns to DeSanko Smith, ON 10550975. Status is suspended as of March 2014. FDA cases out of Montgomery. Class ID, copy at 29 Charlie.
I don't know if that was related. I don't think it was.
Buffalo, Alabama probationer.
Does he give any more information?
Brown and black Ford F-150. She was on the phone with her daughter when it occurred.
Okay, so that was crazy. Kind of coincidental. She was on the phone with her daughter when it occurred. So maybe she gave her mom an explanation of the F-150 that of the guy that was staring at her.
She was on the phone with her daughter when it occurred.
It's just kind of coincidental that a call like that would come in at this exact moment within minutes.
Brown and black Ford F-150. She was on the phone with her daughter when it occurred.
That's 719, that's a negative.
48 dispatch.
The cops are there.
19 case number, 10-15.
48, 19 state numbers 25089, repeating 25089, 1015 times 2119. 748, 2152.
Might go from there. Someone try to catch up on this other call roll.
Suspicious vehicle 1432 Linda Vista Drive. Car sitting in the roadway for an extended period of time. Occupants got out and looked at property and then got back in the vehicle or still sitting there.
Copy.
748, 2153.
49. To that camp 4.
2153.
40, copy.
748, 2153.
I've got more to show you
Where
guys.
exactly is this call coming from?
The call's pinging in that location.
So.
10-4.
I'm not sure if y'all have this info already, but apparently there's a sister that was on the phone with her and still has an open line with her phone and can hear vehicles as if it's like on the side of the interstate or something.
Okay. Atkins Trim Lane. that called this call in right here.
11 to 13, 10, 9, I'm sorry.
Family is where I was right down here. The second updated call that we got in reference. The first call we got was from her. Second call we got was from the family.
Right. I'm just saying that the sister apparently has an open line with that phone still that she called from and can hear vehicles like it's still sitting on the side of the interstate.
Tell Gray Pubes I got the Google Earths cocked, locked, and loaded. He always likes to come in and bash me when I get out the Google Earths. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got to get part 2 of this audio up. Hold up. All right, so we're going to look at, let's zoom out because I just saw that comment. You said that there's a dead end on the other side. I thought that was all just residential. I don't think anything. We're going to go to the Daily Mail and see what the boyfriend is saying as well. So it's the residential area and then the high school, Hoover High School. All right, we're going to go see what the boyfriend is saying. Hold on a second. I just wonder if there's like, I hate to say this, but like camps in these woods. It doesn't seem like that type of an area, though. It seems like a super rich area. And all these people, I bet, have cameras. Look at these houses. They definitely will have her on camera from something in this neighborhood. Look at these homes. Zoom out. This is from what year? 2022, 23. So they're building all kinds of subdivisions in here. She could have easily got turned around, though, if she did wander into this neighborhood. I don't know, guys. This is all residential. And look at these ones, how close these houses are on this side of the trees right here. Like basically those woods are these people's backyard. Look at that. I just don't think someone's going to sit right here behind all these houses where all these cameras exist and just wait for the right person to stop, because I'm going to throw a toddler out there and wait for the right person to stop and then abduct them and then later let them go so that they can identify me. I don't think that's going to happen. If we're being realistic, I know we all want a good mystery and we want to see these assholes that abduct people caught, but you're right. You know what? We say howdy here. We may never know because we don't have to get we're not deserved an explanation because, right, there's no crime been committed. We had a girl that went missing. All right, let's see what the latest is on the Daily Mail. Boyfriend of Alabama nursing student 25 claims she was kidnapped after being lured by a toddler wandering on the interstate. As he says, she was literally fighting for her life for 48 hours. So, I'm not saying that I don't believe him. But he revealed that she was fighting for her life. I'm not saying that I don't believe him. But I think that when a loved one has an episode like this, it's A, really hard to understand, and B, it's really hard to accept. I'm not saying it wasn't an abduction. I'm not saying that at all, but I think that that would be this quick in the game that it would be really hard to accept anything other than that, is what I mean. Like, that had to be so scary for him. Like, this is his girlfriend. This is the woman he loves. And he just went through her calling 911 for this, and then her disappearing, right? And then trying to find her and all this stuff, and then her coming home. Like, that's a lot to process in just a few days. So I'm not saying he's lying. And I'm not even saying that we're due the truth if it is a mental health issue. If it was my loved one, I'd probably say, you know what? She thought somebody was there. I don't know if I'd say that she was kidnapped, but maybe he believes her. Maybe that's what she thinks. When you go through these things, and they're called delusions, and I'm no psychologist, but delusions are very real to the person experiencing them. I'm not saying that that's what it is. Mac Pride gets the comment of the day.
I flashed and said, wow, pretty far out. I thought it was pretty far out.
That movie, Sound of Freedom, has everyone paranoid. That is the last movie that America needed released. After COVID, after QAnon crap, that is the last movie that needed to be released and inflated by Hollywood. Is this Hollywood's digs of getting in on the true crime views because nobody's going to the fucking theater anymore? I don't know, but I feel like our kids are in more danger by the guys like we see Grady Judd arrest, the ones that are working in our schools, the ones that are working in our churches, the ones that are working in our police departments, the ones that are hiding in plain sight that we have no idea about. Our kids are not at risk to be like the next Jeffrey Epstein's victim. That's a totally different scenario than a kidnapping. Most of those girls were lured by promises of fame, of fortune, and of modeling. It's so different, you guys. We can't misconstrue it, because when we misconstrue it, we start to lose sight of those ones that are in plain sight in front of our face, that we need to know more about signs, what to look for. What about these people, like these grown men that want to be around the children? Look at them. We need to teach signs and what parents can look out for, behaviors in your children, behaviors in people that want to be alone with your children. To me, that is much more important and in something that's going to affect the normal everyday person rather than some elite trafficking ring. I'm not saying they don't exist, but let's be realistic and let's not get all paranoid and freak out, because that's what people do. And this is what you see happen. Everything's trafficking. Mac Pride, I want to thank you so much for actually bringing that up, because that, it has irked me. And I see all these creators go, you got to see it. You got to see it. You got to see it. If Hollywood is pushing me that hard to see something, I probably don't want to see it. I'm not a big fan of shit that Hollywood pushes down our throats, okay? I'm not impressed by Hollywood. I'm not impressed by actors. I don't know their names. I don't know all the films they've been in. I've just never been a huge fan. But I will say this. When Hollywood wants me to watch something that bad, it makes me not want to watch it because I feel like it's propaganda. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. And I want to just thank Mac for that comment. Very much. Very much. We have to worry about these creeps on, on these apps that are getting onto video games with our kids and acting like they're 14. Mel Gibson is Hollywood, isn't he? I don't know. I don't believe the hype. When something's hyped that much, there's a reason behind it. And usually it's money because people don't care about other people that much anymore. They just don't. Anyways, back to our story. This is the boyfriend. He went to a trip to New York City with Carlee last week. They were just on a vacation last week. Here she is at nursing school. And it says Russell is not currently physically or mentally stable enough to speak about the whereabouts of her alleged kidnapper, her boyfriend said. Another photo doesn't say where she is there. Thomas Simmons, Carlee's partner, wrote online, I don't even know how to start off this post, but to only say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for saving my girlfriend's life. Also, thank you to everyone who shared a picture, came out to the Hoover met to help us with search parties, and who went and proceeded to tell other people about Carlee to bring more awareness to her story. I've been going nonstop since I received the call that she was missing on Thursday night. I know she would have done the same for me, so I wasn't going to give up until I saw her face again. I was straight tunnel vision. Even when I would get on social media on my downtime and see some of the false allegations and assumptions about me having something to do with her abduction, would have discouraged me at times, would have me discouraged, but I didn't give up and kept my faith. I just want to thank all my family, friends, former teammates, and church members who called and texted me to let me know they're praying and here for me. You guys don't know how much that meant to me. So here's a photo of them in New York a week before she vanished. And then it says here in quotes, she was mysteriously dropped off at her house. And then there's her and her man again. God, she reminds me so much of Talika. There's his actual post. Here's some of the searching that was going on. I wonder if this is where they found her phone and stuff. Where that guy's like bending down. Do you think that's where her phone was?
La, la, la,
Okay.
la, la. You don't hold a count.
We don't know if she was wounded. We just know that she is recovering in a hospital. And that could mean a gazillion things, right? And here she is at her school. That's her parents. And then here's that video. Which we already watched. And then there she is again. She's now been found after turning up at her doorstep. I heard she knocked on her parents' door as well. She was on the phone with her brother's girlfriend when she went to check up on the child before family heard the scream and lost contact, but the phone was still connected. When officers arrived, they found Russell's car, along with her cell phone, purse, wig, and Apple Watch in the nearby area. But Russell and the child were nowhere to be seen. See, they say in the nearby area, but if I play that audio again, remember they say she was, that her stuff was in the car. Hold on. Let me roll that audio again. I'll be right back. I'm going to get the part 2. I got to airdrop it to myself. Hold on.
71. It's going to be 459 south, mile marker 10. It's going to be a child walking on the 3 or 4-year-old child walking on the side of the interstate next to her. RP's going to be close by in a red Mercedes sedan with the hazards on. Child's going to be a white male wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper. 442. RP's advising there's no cars in the area. Looks like the child's been abandoned on the side of the road.
42 copy. I'm around to the interstate as well. Can you give me a description on the child, and were they southbound, walking southbound?
10-4. Southbound, walking southbound. It was a toddler, 3 or 4-year-old, wearing a white t-shirt and a diaper.
Okay.
RP arrived in a red Mercedes, unknown what the RP's description is going to be.
Copy. Thank you. 42. Just be advised, her vehicle is unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
Everything was in the car, guys. Did you hear him? Did you hear that? All her personal belongings are in the car except for her phone.
Phone.
So this is the first officer that arrived.
RP arrived in a red Mercedes, unknown what the RP's description is going to be.
Copy. Thank you. 42. Just be advised, her vehicle is unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
13, if we can we start you into Atkins Trim area? Just see if this child might have wandered from a house over there.
34, I'll be around.
10-4, 34. 10-4, 32, can you head that way?
We're good up here. You may want to send him to Nunley Pass and see if they can make contact with somebody there. See if we can find her.
Units, I believe we located her Acton Trim Lane. Got a call about a female screaming with a child. 32, do you have an address?
And I think that was like a mix-up. Because the first call came from her, the second call came from her family explaining that they heard that scream. So I think they got confused and thought they heard that there was a woman with a child that screamed. I think that call from her sister-in-law or her brother's girlfriend just got messed up. So here is part 2. This is the rest of the audio. I don't know if all of it is connected to Carlee. It's hard for me to tell. But I did download the archives. I downloaded from 9:06 until 12:06 a.m., I believe. So take a listen. And I edited out that silence, most of it. Not all of it, but most of it.
I believe I'll be out of that vehicle. It's going to be 4385 Alpha Yankee 0.
200.
You'll hear more about her case, though, for sure. Be patient.
We're just the ones that aren't on the call, but I'll be hanging over for a while.
10-4, units stood by for Robert's just call off. 438.
438. You went 10-7.
I have all of the units 10-6.
Yeah, copy. Bravo's 10-7. I'll be 10-6 for a minute on this too.
511, you want me to have McGinnis en route with a drone?
I'm going to get the drone.
Simple. That would be great.
They were on it, too, guys. You got to remember that, too. They were on it.
Should be 10-8.
10-4.
42. I have a Kentucky driver's license. Romeo 10-963-386.
2202.
Get your votes in the poll, guys. Let us know what you think.
34.
I'm going to go over it.
If you get any calls of 45 flashlights in the backyard on Sulphur Springs,
A flashlight in the backyard? Hear that?
Wow, 13 to 442.
Call me.
Trying to raise 542. Or correction, 442.
Where does she go from here, though?
Count 11, give me a minute.
This is where she just literally... She's still hovering around for a minute, but then she just literally disappears.
4 to the units out with the parents.
She's standing there.
I spoke with the subject and the caller. You show me a service trouble.
14. We got any more pings? Is it still stationary at the same spot?
They're pinging her phone, emergency pings.
We're still waiting on our second ping.
See, they automatically ping phones too now. I don't know if you guys knew that. They did.
432, Shades Crest is clear so far.
10-4.
Awesome!
It's hard to see because she's wearing all black. So right there is where she disappears, and then the cops, watch for the cops. They're there within minutes. I wouldn't say she runs. But no one stopped.
You don't hold a
Like, no one stopped. There's more audio. I didn't edit it all out. Then.
Go ahead.
I believe I'll be off that vehicle. It's going to be 438.
We're going to get into a safe place.
One of their drones to assist with ours. I just got off the phone with them.
10-4.
511. Do I have a unit? They can go to the Grove. That's where they're gonna stage with the drone, and whenever the county gets here, I need somebody there to meet with them.
10-4.
532, I can head up that way.
Copy. Thank you.
Oh, Sherry Papini. Oh, she's a piece of work, isn't she? McBride?
Dispatch 748, noise complaint.
Do it.
1048 noise complaint 1908 Old Orchard Road. Caller reports a neighbor's running a generator, pressure washing his house. Be on the back side of caller's home.
These calls.
No caller to me.
Hello.
1048 2233.
But you see how quickly the police arrived.
11 to 442.
We're going to finish this audio, and then I'm going to read the latest update from her mother. I just don't understand where she went because they got there so fast. And then they did these grid searches and drones. They didn't find her?
Correction, 532. It's going to be 10 to 23 on 2017 Nissan Altima black and color to an Amelia Whitestone, Alexander City.
Yeah, that's definitely not related.
This victim's brother, we're talking to him. We're going to get him to a safe place.
See, they were talking to her brother.
Awesome.
The victim's brother. And then they talk about transporting the parents.
X-ray 120.
742, code 10.
I agree with you guys.
13.
742, 2234.
I agree with you guys. We would have seen the child, or somebody would have seen the child on this road.
Careful.
They were going super slow. And alerted to something going on that this car door was
directly in front of the mile marker 11.4. 11.4. We're right at that mile marker.
Careful.
X-ray 120, I copy. I'm en route.
Oh my gosh, don't start with the police. The police have nothing to do with it. Don't even start that. Maybe she wanted to disappear. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. There could be a mental episode. She could have been lured. It could be a hoax. She could have been under the influence. She could have wanted to take off and then changed her mind. And then she just walks back up to her house.
511. I need a unit to come meet with me over here so we can escort these parents to meet with a detective.
Nissan Altima black and color to an Amelia Whitestone, Alexander City.
Hi, Kelly J.
32 copy. This victim's brother, we're talking to him. We're going to get him to a safe place.
10-4.
X-ray 120.
X-ray 120.
742, code 10.
13.
742, 2234.
Careful.
2. We're directly in front
Trey.
of the mile marker 11.4. 11.4. We're right at that mile marker.
Careful.
X-ray 120.
She's
I copy.
still
I'm en route.
standing right there. You can see her standing. I think she was confused and having an episode. I don't know.
Hey, can you find out from the parents exactly where the brother's girlfriend is right now? And I think she's on Nunley Pass. I want to make sure we can have an officer go talk to her as well. And the detectives may want to go talk to her.
If you say anything about these cops, you're going to get
511.
blocked.
Hey, that's 10-3. She is going to be at the Nunley Pass address. I did verify that.
Because they were all over this.
Campbell.
Excuse me.
30 to 11. She is Nunley Pass.
4-7, traffic stop.
747.
I'm still trying to fiddle with the video.
Hey, traffic stop 65 north at Alford, Alabama Tag 1 Alpha.
0 uniform, Delta Whiskey.
I just started it over. She's getting out.
48 traffic's on.
That made it worse.
65 north, mile marker 254. Alabama tag, 1 Alpha 0, Romeo 2, X-ray 0.
Or is it a cigar?
It's going to be on the Cadillac CTS, white in color.
I don't think that's related either.
48,
She had black shirt, black pants, and white tennis shoes. You can see her standing right there. You can see her real good right there.
542.
I don't see two people at all.
542. You should be en route to 2029 Nunnally Pass to get a statement from this subject's girlfriend.
10-4.
From the subject's girlfriend? What? What?
Go ahead with those 29s, and also, can you check a firearm?
What subject's girlfriend?
729 is going to be on the registered owner, Malleus Crum out of Birmingham. Olin 973-4422. Status is current. Delta 29 is going to be out of Fultondale Police. FDA traffic offense countywide. Go ahead with your firearm.
It'll be a Taurus 9mm. The serial number Alpha Bravo Delta 524544.
301.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Depot Brady's is still on site. They're going to allow us to use inside power here. So the drone unit's going to be set up at Depot Brady's.
Droning from Beef O'Brady's.
Dispatch 747.
I'm going to rewind it again, and I'm going to slow it down. I know the lights are blinking, but I can't help it.
I'm 13. Can you start another?
If you say gray hues, you lose a testicle.
Dispatch 745 can be en route to 47.
For what's that location?
If you say Ferris Bueller, you lose a testicle.
745-2302.
Nissan Altima black and color to an Amelia Whitestone.
She's 5'4".
City.
32 copy. This victim's brother, we're talking to him. We're going to get him to a safe place.
Where did I go?
10-4.
Oh, there I am.
We're directly in front of the mile marker 11.4. 11.4. We're right at that mile marker.
She's got the door open right now, it looks like.
10-4.
X-ray 120, I copy. I'm en route.
I slowed it down a bit.
I need a unit to come meet with me over here so we can escort these parents to meet with a detective.
Oh, he took the blinking lights out, Shell. I've heard it like 5 times.
Engine 1, Rescue 5, respond to Aspire Physical Recovery, 575 Southland Drive, room 300B. Elderly female on the fall.
That's
unknown
not
injuries.
it. Mm-mm.
Engine 1, Rescue 5.
Elderly
respond
woman.
to Aspire Physical Recovery, 575 Southland Drive, room 300B. Elderly female on the fall. Unknown injuries. Cross Street, Barbary Circle, Montgomery Highway.
Way, drone unit.
Lee.
11 to 32. I'm headed to you, so just have them stand put right there. That's where we're going to stage.
Insisted on finding you. He's headed that way, taking off.
Anyway.
Cops got there in 4 minutes. Around 4 minutes, guys.
Sheriff, want to go poopy?
32, but
awesome.
Hey, what's your 20? I'll come to you.
So we had
I'm at Cole's at American Deli.
Kohl's and American Deli. So we had a report from a truck driver that drove by that he saw a gray vehicle, possibly saw a gray vehicle with a light complected male standing outside of Carlee's vehicle, but we have no further information on that vehicle or the vehicle at this time. Early evening, it was heard on the police scanner that multiple vehicles were at Red Roof in Montgomery. It was reported on social media that Carlee had made a call to a family member from the inn, but family denied this was true and called the call a hoax. At 10:45 p.m. last night, Hoover 911 was called after the 25-year-old missing student returned home. She showed up to her parents' house alone. She was taken by paramedics to a hospital for evaluation. It was reported that she was in a state of shock.
Engine 1's on scene, Southland Command.
Someone's on scene. We'll be Southland Command.
Check your OneDrive. We have those 911 calls uploaded.
I want the 911 calls. They haven't released that, have they?
11 to 542. 542. Per the detectives, that's 10-4. If he can pull up a location on that, if they're able to find it, have him try that while you're there with him, and then after that, he needs to be en route for PSC. 10-4.
Motor forward 23.
$35. 35.
Well, the area out here in the loud music. Show me 10 L text. Send me wherever you need me.
I think she thought that mile marker was a person.
Head back to the area of 150 and 31. Stand by for calls.
And they're just regular customers. Send me the service, Charlie.
742, 23, 23.
There's no one there, guys. There literally is no one there. No cars either.
738.
Where's this gray car?
Am I coming up on scene?
8, 23, 23.
Her brother's girlfriend and sister is the one who talked to us this morning. She knows the whole story but couldn't tell us everything she said. But she told us enough. Sergio, so what is the outcome? Hello, Casey. What's the outcome, Sergio? What did you vote on? Was she abducted?
738. Did the caller give his name?
738 gave the name of Sam Bowden. 738, 23, 24.
She left it running and the door wide open. If you can't see anything, I'll stop and show you. I mean, it's not the clearest video in the world. I mean, I don't know what's expected here, but I'm not the FBI and I don't know how to do everything they do. All right, let's pause right there. If you see anything, you're going to see her right here. And if you can't see that, you're never going to see it. So she's right here. Here's her car. Car's right here. This is her car.
511. Can you?
Okay.
21 when you get a chance.
And then here's her. Standing. There's no hoodies. There's no other people.
North.
It's just her.
Just south of 254. Ellen tag. Mike India Alpha Whiskey Golf 3 White Nissan Maxima.
745 received.
Now keep your eye there and watch her.
523.25.
Right here. See her? Right there.
Four 8 traffic.
748.
65 north, 253. Yeah, Chevy Impala, silver in color. We're going to be stopping just behind 45 traffic stop.
Well, lured off into the woods is kidnapped. That's what it means. If you think she was kidnapped, choose lured off into the woods, because that's what that would mean. She's still standing there, y'all. She is still standing there. Hello, Bruno Jones. Hello. I see a lot of new faces. Thanks for making yourselves known today. Thank you for your support, Laura, on Cash App. Thank you very much. And
542 to 511.
Thank you to Joe for your PayPal. Thank you for keeping this stream going. You guys are so generous.
756.
756.
Patrol at Anytime Fitness.
Her car was running, right? Car, purse, everything was in there. Okay, listen, I'm going to stop this for a second. And I'm going to play you a 3-minute video. Now, don't laugh at me.
Newly obtained police documents. The night she disappeared, like I said, she...
Do not, you don't get to laugh at me. This is 5 years old. This is from when I first started the podcast. And I was doing a live stream with someone who liked to belch and fart all the time. So if you hear belching and farting, it's not me. But this is a little snippet of the Talika Patrick case. The doctor I was telling you about that went missing in Michigan. It's so eerie. I just have to show you
11
guys.
to 42.
I know they're not related or anything
42.
like that. But
They do not. If you could just have him take that to PSC with him and meet with the detectives.
I need to show you guys this story because it just... And then I have a story to share
Down there, you want me to bring it down?
about myself on the side of the freeway. So it kind of hits close to home for me. All right, let's pause this audio.
11, do I have a unit that's available that could go by Nunnally Pass, grab that iPad, and take it to PSC?
Wait, grab that what? Nunnally Pass. That's her parents' house. Grab what did they say? Listen again, guys. Here it comes. Listen. Any day now, guys.
Pass.
Here it is. Tell me what they say.
$11 to 42. 42. They do not. If you could just have him take that to PSC with him and meet with the detectives.
Take what?
10-4, want me to have him bring it down there, or you want me to bring it down?
Is that for scent?
11, do I have a unit that's available that could go by Nunnally Pass, grab that iPad, and take it to PSC?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. That I don't know what he said. But here, you guys, 3 minutes. Check out this video on Talika Patrick.
The newly obtained police documents. The night she disappeared, like I said, she borrowed $100 and got a ride from a fellow resident to the Radisson Hotel in Kalamazoo. The resident told police Talika's voice was high-pitched as her eyes rapidly blinked. He says she told him she planned to meet a man at the Radisson, telling him not to attend the morning prayer group at Borges and asking him if he believed in demons.
She was talking about demons?
He said Patrick was acting strange and seemed confused. After unsuccessfully getting a hotel room, the hotel shuttle driver gave her a ride back to her car, and she asked him Do not tell anyone we did this. The shuttle driver watched as she ran into the parking lot, and then he saw a car leave the lot moments later. Strange occurrences like this weren't uncommon. 7 months before she came to Kalamazoo to attend WMU medical school, while she was still living in Loma Linda, California, she began contacting pastor and gospel singer Marvin Sapp in Grand Rapids. The report shows questions of Patrick's mental state began as soon as she arrived in Kalamazoo, noting an incident on July 10th where she frantically flagged down a Kalamazoo public safety officer telling him someone was after her. That prompted the officer to call the school because he felt she had mental issues. The school had Patrick drug tested, and it came back clean. Police interviewed Marvin Sapp, learning he had a PPO against her. So Sapp had a fucking thumb drive with 490 pages of correspondence from her.
Is that a joint?
None of which he ever responded to. So
Or is it a
when
cigar?
police searched Patrick's phone, they found strange messages, including an exchange where she says a large animal struck her car and that she believed Marvin Sapp possessed that animal, causing it to attack her car. Patrick's brother, Matthias, he told police no one in their family knew Patrick in depth and that she had told him Sapp was going to be her husband.
She was obsessed with this guy.
An interview with Patrick's mother, Irene, turned up similar information. However, she made it clear that she thought Sapp had something to do with her daughter's disappearance.
And he didn't.
Patrick's sister, Tanisha, told police she didn't believe her sister's stories about her fiancé, Marvin Sapp. A receipt from a collision shop was found in her car, which Patrick had just signed, saying her car was unsafe to drive and had a nail in the tire. When her body was pulled from the Indiana lake, not far from where her gold Lexus was found, the key was still in her pocket. Police say there were no signs of foul play, and they ruled the death an accidental drowning.
Isn't that weird?
The Kalamazoo County Sheriff's Department concluded Patrick left on her own free will.
That's
and they
her.
requested the missing persons case.
That's
be closed.
Talika. Isn't that weird? It's so similar to this case, but Talika didn't survive. It was so sad. She was so smart. And it's just like, no, it's not a copycat. I'm just saying these things happen. People have breakdowns. Things happen in people's minds, and we don't know her. We don't know her. And I'm not saying that it's not anything sinister. It really could be. But she was having some problems. And it just reminded me of that. When I heard that she had disappeared, it was the same type thing. I mean, Talika was missing for 5 months before they found her. All they did was find her car, which was a gold Lexus. All her personal belongings were in the car, and she was gone. And there was a truck stop right on the other side of the woods where she went missing. No sign of her. No sign of her. So this one ended up, it was a drowning, but these things happen. That's my point. No, it's not a copycat, and no, it has nothing to do with it. And I stated that before I played it, but it just was bizarre to me. And, you know, I had a scary incident on I-75 when I was 19 years old. I was driving down to Perry, Georgia. I was moving to Perry, Georgia. I was by myself. It was nighttime. I was driving to move in with my boyfriend at the time. Had my car packed. I was moving down there. It's about 1 a.m, and I just got out of Atlanta, just south of Atlanta on 75, and my car breaks down. It stalls. So I have to pull over and gradually eventually it stops. Long story short, I was scared to death. I put my hair up in a hat. I got out. I put my dog on the leash, and we walked up the next exit because I had nowhere else to go. I had no cell phone, nothing. Excuse me. So I start walking up this dark exit. All I can see is one light, and it's a campground. I must have walked 2 miles, right? I get to the campground. There's a payphone. I'm scared to death. I'm in Georgia. I don't know where I am. You walk up to someone's house in this area, you might get shot. So anyways, bless my mother's heart, called her collect, stayed on the phone. Boyfriend was like 2.5 hours away. They came and got me, but my mom stayed on the payphone with me until they arrived. But it was scary when I was walking up that exit. I remember thinking, I heard Robert Stack's voice in my head saying, she was heading to Georgia to move in with a boyfriend. And she was never seen again. And I was like, oh shit. So that was scary. So when I saw this, I was like, that's really scary. It's really scary to me. I don't know what happened to her, but I hope she's okay. And it's scary stuff. It's dark at night on the freeway.
You know, the brother's on his way. The boyfriend should also be on his way as well.
Brother and boyfriend were on their way. Thank you, Paper Chaser, for your super sticker. And thank you, Nissa, for upgrading your membership. Hey, Shih Tzu. I'm behind, but FYI, Hollywood doesn't want anyone watching Sound of Freedom. That's why everyone is going. You got it backwards. Anything that's talked about and shared over and over on TikTok, I don't want to see. That's just me. Call me a crabby bitch. I don't care. I don't believe the hype. I think more people should be watching Grady Judd's press conferences when he busts traffickers versus going and paying to watch a movie. That's just me. Something fake. Watch the real shit.
The 65 North, 254, Alabama tag, 1 Alpha 1, 0 X-ray, Romeo 9, Kia Altima, silver in color.
I've got all the scanner too. I know other people's got it, but I don't care. This is Jay's for Justice's channel. Frag, you are not kidding. Oh, hey, Robin. Let's end that poll.
222, black Honda Accord, Alabama tag, 1 Alpha 0 6 Bravo Romeo Charlie.
All right, with 1,000 votes, we've got 35% of you think it was a mental episode, 34% think she was lured off / kidnapped, 24% think it was a hoax, 5% under the influence, and the rest of you think something else. Imo Kajitiro. I broke down an old dark road. I walked into the woods and waited for help to show up. One car stopped and they looked in my car. That's so scary. I was hoping and praying as I walked down that highway, and it was dark like this one was. I was hoping and praying as I walked down that road.
How are we on calls right now?
I was like, please don't stop. I didn't want anyone to stop.
Registered owner is Carlethia Lewis, Birmingham. Status suspended as March 2020. Reason listed as points. Class is ID. Copy of 29 Alpha.
I don't think that's related at all. Pay attention to the lights in the woods, not her car. Okay, let's rewind it. Let's go back. I'll put that back up on the screen.
Yeah, boy. Break 26. Can you check if that's 29? Another standard question.
Thanks, you guys, for being here today. Make sure you click that like if you like what you see and subscribe if you want MOA. Do you want MOA? Samoa. I want Samoa, baby. Samoa. All right, there we go. We've still got the audio cranking in the background. It's about an hour after the cops arrive is what I kept. And there's a lot of calls that aren't related. So brighten it. Okay. Say please, and I will, Karen.
26 to 48, you got a OL in it.
Just kidding. Just messing with you, Karen.
Yes, sir. It's going to be Alabama OLN 8486271.
I don't think brightness helps it, to be honest. It makes it worse.
410, I think you have 38. If we're out.
There's your brightness. Is that bright enough? I think it makes it worse.
33 Business Secure Hotel.
I can't see shit now.
Yeah,
you guys think the brightness makes it worse? Thank you, Mac Pride, for being here. What's up, Leslie? Welcome, Miss Margaret. Look at her with the D. It's so cold in the D.
Because you're a liar.
Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. You're not a liar. If it was a hoax, who picked her up? Where did she stay? I think she wandered around. I think she was lost.
13s, we need to get a secure lockup.
Lee Volt.
Yeah, I'm going to secure lockup. 33, cancel 14, I'm 23 on the line.
Kate, I agree with what Kate said.
14, copy. Okay, copy, I'm 10-8.
Is that better for you guys? Paper cheese.
738.
Cooter, what's up, Cooter Brown?
38.
Will you show me on the director patrol at the reserve apartments?
So is that a joint?
738, 2338.
Or is it a cigar?
I know what you're talking about, the image. Okay, let me pause it because I know what you're talking about.
Hey, Chris, they're not back now.
You're talking about a reflection on the sign, below that sign. If you watch closely, when the cars go by, right here, is this what you're, well, tell me if this is what you're talking about first, before we go any further. And I can't remember who said that. YouTube Press?
536.
36.
And out to investigations.
Somebody else said. Miss Margaret! Headphones! Florida man. Was it you, Cooter Brown? That's so annoying.
Angel 1 Rescue 4, respond to a HEPA apartment, 3320 Old Columbiana Road, room 127, 74-year-old female.
Not related.
Fall, back pain. Angel 1 Rescue 4, respond to a HEPA apartment, 3320 Old Columbiana Road, room 127, 74-year-old female on a fall, back pain. Patient is located in the independent living side, cross street, New Canton Chapel Road.
Okay, so tell me if this is what you're talking about. Whoever said, do you see that under the sign? Because I'm going to circle something. And I want to know. Right. That poll was awesome, too. Thank you guys for...
The one responding.
Are you talking about this? Or are you talking about this?
2340.
Which, are you talking about either one of those things? Right there? Because that's a reflection, like there's reflectors on these signs. Watch. As the cars go by, you see them.
747.
So there's a mile marker sign, and then
747.
there's the sign over to the
Can you show
right.
me in and out of a direct patrol at Briarberry Circle, please?
See, it's not an image. It's a
72341.
reflection. It's just the way the headlights are hitting this over here. If you keep your eye on this area. Oops. Keep your eye on this area right
Angel
here.
1 Rescue 4, responding to a HEPA apartment, 3320
Oh my
Old
God,
Columbiana
lady.
Road,
We get
room
it.
127, 74.
We get it. We get it. All right. Is that what you're talking about? Further back? What do you mean back? Into the woods or in the video? Marcos, we don't know what it is. We're just trying to figure out what the hell she did here. People are saying they see
45.
They see two people.
Good.
Driving them out.
It's so pixelated.
106.
6. 10-4.
Jason Puck says, almost there, a little more to the left. Thank you, Fly on a Wall. I hope you'll subscribe. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you for making yourself known today.
This AV Battalion 1 for control.
We're a nice group here. We're a good bunch. We're good peeps. It's hard to find on the tubes these days. Speaking of good peeps, we've got a nice collab tomorrow on J is for Justice. Our Monday 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream is going to be myself and the Drunk Turkey Daniel. And we're going to be talking about some John Bonet news, and we're going to be talking about the Idaho 4 case. And he's going to let me pick his brain a little bit. But that's going to be tomorrow at 3 p.m., guys. You're not going to want to miss that. The mashup of the summer, Jay and Drunk Turkey.
Yikes.
Maybe those truck drivers did have dash cams for sure. That's a really good thought. I don't see another person. I'm sorry, I just don't.
This Navy, a battalion one from control.
I barely see her, let alone two people. You know? 777 of you here. That's a lucky number.
Battalion
that
one from
like.
control. Did you receive traffic? Cancel response of branch water will be Rocky Ridges coverage only.
Two people of the left of the rectangle sign. One small person. To the left of the rectangle sign. Whoa! Quick! Thank you for your super sticker.
Oh, command patient.
Branch water circle is showing only Rocky Ridge.
What do you want to send me, Lorla? I'll check
31,
my email.
turning on Jelona Road, Alabama tag 1 Alpha 03, Whiskey Bravo 7.
747, receive.
Sign further back with the food
Molly.
on it. You think there's someone there, huh? Okay. Let's go back. Do you feel like we do? I don't. Those are all reflections, guys. Look, those aren't people.
You do responding.
Have you guys ever driven on the freeway before? I mean, I'm not being a smartass, but for real, have you? You had to have driven on the freeway before, and you know how many reflectors are on the freeway. I personally, the older that I get, I see shiz all the time on the side of the road. I hate it. And I'm constantly looking for deer, especially when I lived in Michigan. I would take back roads all the time.
Dispatch 738, Elias's public.
Back roads all the time, and I'd always look for eyeballs of deer.
Elias's public at the Shell Station 2423 Acton Road. Caller's in a Dodge Ram black next to the car wash. Has a flat tire causes his jack doesn't go high enough.
Oh, his jack doesn't go high enough. What a fucking problem to have.
Dispatch.
November.
747, 2351.
I think that's pretty much it for the audio. Well, no, there's a little bit here. A few more minutes. We'll let it play.
747, draft up.
But those right here, that's total reflection.
47.
Signs have
65 north, at the Alford overpass, Alabama tag, Alpha 0 Whiskey 9 Echo Echo.
Mercy.
You hit a hog? Oh my God. The Who sings what, Angie? Who's singing in here? Hey, Mike. Those are like the sign, like they're on legs, like the signs, like the stakes. I don't see people. I'm not saying y'all are crazy, but yeah, it's Peter Frampton. Do you feel like we do? All right, I'll check my email just for you. Let's see what video I got sent. Because people send me emails and sometimes they do change some of the
480, check it out.
video, you know, they edit that shit.
748.
Alabama tag 1 Alpha 0 49 X-ray Alpha.
Thank you. I don't know how to say the name. Marquita?
748, 1 Alpha 049 X-ray Alpha, Thomas Chapman, 2007 Honda CRV, green in colors, fires 3 of 24, negative.
Okay, it's a TikTok video. Hold on.
Everyone's paying.
All right, let's see. We're going to show Lorla's video.
748, 2359.
Always scanning for eyeballs. Can I get a hell yeah on that one? It was always so nerve-wracking at night because I've hit a deer before, so it's really scary.
PSC with 530.
What did he say? All right, this is, whose TikTok is this that I'm sharing? You can put the name in chat. That'd be great. Just so we can give them some credit. Send you guys over to their TikTok. All right, let's watch this. Let's see what you guys think.
Paying attention to Carlee's car, but what the hell is going on in the trees? Is this a four-wheeler, a motorcycle?
What?
Everyone's paying attention.
What is she talking about? All right, let me mute it, and then we're going to slow it down because I have no idea what this lady's even talking about. She talking about that thing on the right, that light? Why isn't that in mine? It looks like headlights to me. Hold on. All right, now I'm intrigued, people. But I think it is like a headlight. Let's see if we can blow it up. That's what he said. Aw, there's my little Dean the Disaster buddy. You guys need to subscribe to Dean the Disaster on TikTok. He's got tons of followers, the little shithead. We love us some Dean the Disaster. All right. There, we've blown it up. Now let's... Yeah, she's talking about that light, but like, what is that light? Let's make it brighter and see what that does. Not that bright. We'll make it a little bit brighter, and then we will do that. Maybe that will help. I don't know. Let's see. Let's roll that footage. I slowed it down this time. What the hell's going on? Here we go. That looks like... Yeah, I don't know about that. Reflection from passing cars. This person says that gray car. That's what I said. There was a side road because there was a couple cars leaving that side road. Y'all make anything out of nothing. This is ridiculous. Never heard of a reflection. Laura says, no, what's that? She's been found alive. I saw it too, but it mirrors a car going on forward. I honestly think it's something to do with the camera reflection. Because, yeah, if you also see, we go back to my video, you will see that her hazards, I can't even believe I call them hazards, and I will always call them hazards, but her hazard lights reflect in the camera as well. So how do you explain that, you know? Let's get this shit back to normal. Thank you for sharing that TikTok, though. That's interesting. But I do think that that is a reflection. I'm going to play this again from the beginning of my footage, and then we'll see, because I did notice that reflection. And I think that's exactly what it is, a reflection. I just don't think people have to be rude about it. Thank you for sending that. I think that we look at everything for a reason, right? I don't think anyone should ever be made to feel stupid for questioning things. It's just the people that question things and then it's proven wrong and they just keep on about it. So there we see how those lights scan over. It's really pixelated, but I really think that that is lights, because these people were going really slow as well, because they pulled up onto this car that had the door open. I don't know if she did a U-turn and went to look again. I'm just not sure. It is all interesting to look at, and that's why I'm just thankful for you guys. I mean, I don't know it all. I don't know everything. I don't even know anything. I'm just watching what I see and what we have to look at. T. Harrison says, I saw someone get out of the car. I think they call them flashers. I didn't zoom in. It's zoomed out right now. There it was. See, it went over those, like the bushes. I don't think it's anyone running. Hey, for the record, RTRYH. Jay, it would be interesting to look into that area and see if there were any child deaths. It was demons. It was Damien. A flasher is someone who flashes. Is that how you get beads in Europe, Potato? Well, I think that if there was a danger, we would know. I really do. And if there, okay, let's break it down. If there is a danger and they have not told anyone or asked for, people to be on the lookout for someone, then we have to assume a couple things. That either if it was an abduction, A, they know who did it and they're watching them, so there is no threat, or B, it wasn't an abduction and they're not looking for someone. And we need to just let this girl recover and then see what happens. I really would like to hear that 911 call, though. See, flashers are hazard lights. It was Dean. He was causing a disaster. It was Dean. Blame it on Dean. You want to see it? You want to see a video of Dean? We'll watch Dean before we end. I think we can conclude, though. I think we've talked about everything. Let me make sure. She walked up, banged on the door, and it was her. 48-hour search ended at that moment. And here is Chief Durzis. So the cops were asked what they think happened, and Chief Durzis said, quote, "We work with facts. With social media, you got so many people that think they know what's taken place. Right now, we're just very pleased that she's home." And I think we just have to be very careful about, what we do. We're going to read the closing. We're going to read the update from Hoover, Alabama Police Department, and then we're going to watch a little video of Dean the Disaster. Update on missing person Carlee Russell, and this is from today. 1 hour, like 2 hours ago. 3 hours ago. 4 hours ago. I don't know. Today. This afternoon. Hoover Police is releasing additional information on the safe return of Carlee Russell since the time of the 911 call at 9:34 p.m. on July 13th. The Hoover Police Department has expended every available resource, and we celebrate with the Russell family on the safe return of her at approximately 10:44 p.m. on July the 15th. The following information are facts we have been able to determine at this point in the investigation. We are still gathering and evaluating evidence in this case. Carlee left from a business at the Summit in Birmingham at 8:20 p.m. She ordered food from a nearby business at the Colonnade and traveled there. We have worked to retrace all of her actions from the time she left the Colonnade until she called 911 and are well on our way to completing that task. At this point in the investigation, we have not been able to locate anyone with Carlee from the time she left the Colonnade until the 911 call was made. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911. The conversation with the 911 operator ended and Carlee called a relative. She went missing during that conversation. Sometime after 9:36, after telling both the 911 operator and the relative she saw a male toddler in a diaper on the side of I-459 and was stopping to check on him. Traffic camera footage was obtained, which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage is still being analyzed as part of the investigation, in conjunction with the 911 call to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only timely report of a child missing, or a child on the interstate, sorry. The report of a child on the interstate. Hoover police officers arrived on scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly behind. They located Carlee's wig, cell phone, and purse. This says on the roadway near her vehicle, and Carlee's Apple Watch was in her purse. Investigators with the Crimes Against Persons Unit were notified, and the investigation immediately began in earnest, and numerous leads to be followed. Many local, state, and federal agencies immediately offered assistance and provided personnel and other resources to the investigation. No stone was left unturned, and the investigation continued throughout the weekend. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 received a call from Carlee's residence that she had returned home on foot. Hoover police and fire responded to the residence where Carlee was located. She was immediately transported by the Hoover Fire Department to UAB Hospital to be evaluated and was treated and released. She was home now. Detectives responded to the residence and to UAB to take an initial statement. The details of that statement are a part of the ongoing investigation, which is expected to continue over the next few days. During the initial portion of the investigation, detectives were able to retrace nearly all of Carlee's steps until the point she went missing, and are confident that will continue to be the case. Hoover Police Department continues to be extremely grateful for the outpouring of support from the Hoover community and beyond, and all of the assistance provided by our law enforcement officers, which are too numerous to name. We rejoice with the Russell family as they continue to rest and recover from this situation, and ask for their wishes to be respected regarding their daughter. Or their privacy, sorry. This release contains all the information Hoover is able to release at this time. As we continue to investigate, we will release information that is determined to be factual and pertinent to the public. When a press conference is scheduled, we will provide advance notice of the date, time, and location. I think they've made it abundantly clear that we will get answers. We just have to wait a few days. A few days. Maybe her Apple Watch died and she shoved it in her purse. Maybe that's what happened. We don't know. We don't know. But it does sound like the cops are not just going to leave this open-ended. They know that many agencies we just heard were involved, and they're not just going to leave this open-ended. We're going to hear something in a few days, and they will give us plenty of notice for the conference. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, I will be here streaming that conference when they do plan it. No matter what, I'll be here. So I really think that if it was a kidnapping and they didn't know who it was, that they would be updating the public. And I think that her parents would obviously want this person caught, no? I mean, if anything, you would think the parents would be like, we need to find this mofo that did this. And they're just saying, you know what, respect our privacy. You know, there's something personal going on here. I don't know. I just don't think there was a child. There was a lot of traffic. For her to be the only one that sees it, I don't know. It's really strange. It's really strange. So I'm going to share with you just a little video of my friend Dean the Disaster. And if you like what you see with him, you can go give that cutie a follow on TikTok and also a subscribe on YouTube. He just started his YouTube channel, Little Dean did. So let's look at Little Dean the Disaster. And Dean does cuss. Dean does cuss with his voiceover. So if you are easily offended, which you wouldn't be here in the first place if you were, here is little Dean. All his voiceovers are on TikTok, and then he's got voiceovers and just regular cute little videos on YouTube. But watch my friend Dean.
The paparazzi must have found me because there are so many people taking my picture right now. My mom gave me one rule while I was outside, and it was to stay away from her car. She didn't want me to hit my head or dent her car, so I started smacking her car. I was sick of hearing her yell, so I just took off. She started coming after me like I was in trouble, so I started running down the driveway. Then she pulled out these 2 big boards and started throwing bags at them and said that I had to be the referee while Dad threw because he always cheats. Started getting sick of it, so I got in the way of the game. They were literally throwing bags over me. How rude. Then the wind picked up and it damn near took me over. Dad felt bad, so he gave me some of his ice cream, but Mom made him take it away. She's seriously a prude.
So there's Mr. Dean. Dean the disaster. He's a cutie pie. So if you want to follow him, yeah, he's a cutie. And his mom's really funny. So yeah, give him a follow over there on TikTok. All right, guys, thanks for being here. And make sure that you click that like button on your way out if you have not already. And we are going to stay on top of this case. Like I said, if you want to not miss a beat, make sure you're subscribed and click that notification bell. See you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Me and Drunk Turkey. Yikes. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. And niggas wife me once they get that good punani. About you and your problems. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, sleeping all day, dreaming about Cadillacs. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone. Can't stop, addicted to the shindig.
Bye, Jennifer. You want one Jennifer or 2 Jennifers?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.